Alright, I'm just going to narrate over this one. Um, my mic wasn't working when I was recording this, so decided to do this instead. Maybe I'll keep doing this, it's a little bit nicer. So we're playing against a red aggro deck, and they tend to play a lot of the 1 and 2 drops that are like X1, and Golgari Charm is just huge in this matchup. And they really just like throw their whole hand onto the board, and one turn by turn 2 or 3 they're like down to 3 cards maybe in their hand. So here I'm deciding whether to shock myself down to 15, and I do decide to shock myself just so I can use the Golgari Charm and just wipe most of his board. What I wasn't expecting was him to cast this Crusader and then target it. So I just absolutely blew him out with my Golgari Charm. I let the token resolve before I use the Golgari Charm. That way, I just get more value out of it. And he ends up just coming in for the 1. So then I can just I think I just play the Omen Speaker here and set myself up. Got a Abrupt Decay and a Carroted. And I think I put them both. I put them both on the top, just so that I have some more blockers in case he just continually top decks like threats. And I wanted the Carroted out there just to as a blocker, and to help me get into my Reaper or Sphinx. He threw Madcap skills on there and hit me pretty hard, but I have a Hero's Downfall, which will take care of that. So I can play the Carroted out here and then hold up for Abrupt Decay. I think he shocks me right here, and so then I decide to use the Abrupt Decay because now I know he's not going to respond to the Abrupt Decay by targeting that guy. So top decking that land lets me play a Reaper safely, even though he would have to like block and double shock, or maybe he drops a land and like triple shocks or something. You never know, but drawing that land lets me play it safely, and eventually just wins me the game. So you can see there he wasn't drawing anything. So I bring in the Gaze of Granite just because I can get it off for like 4 or 5 and wipe mostly everything of his. Bring in Doomblades because that will hit everything. I thought I was going to take out the Hero's Downfall, then I realized Might as well just take out Thoughtseize instead, because Thoughtseize is just kind of pointless here. So I bring the Downfalls back in, because it's just another secondary removal. And, what else? I think I take out an Aetherling. Maybe I left it in. I did take out the Aetherling. Just because the Aetherling's a little slow here. So when I draw my hand, I have the 2 lands, and I just have tons of removal, and so I decided to keep it. I knew I was probably going to get beat down a little bit before I had the land to just remove everything I needed to. So this is pretty good. He goes turn 1 Cackler into Titan Strength, and I think he throws a Dragon's Mantle on it just to replace itself for that turn. So I have to shock myself there just to get rid of this Cackler. I passed the turn to see if he would try and like put something else on the Cackler, like a Madcap Skills or anything, but he didn't really fall for it. But he did pump. Yeah, he did pump the Dragon Mantle, which is good. It uses up 1 mana. A little later, he asked me why I let like a Dragon Mantle and I think a Madcap Skills resolve on one of his creatures, and the reason is because even though Dragon Mantle does get let him draw a card, pretty much replaces itself, I want him to spend that mana. I want him to play the spell and then attack in, and then pay into Dragon Mantle, so he can't play anything on his second main phase, because that's when I'll remove it, once he's paid all his mana. I think it might be right here that he does it. Yeah, he puts the Dragon Mantle on, and then he pays 1 into it, I believe, after he attacks. And so this is when I remove the creature. And I think he asked me why. He asked me why I do it like that rather than just killing it in response. Because maybe I can just bait out some more of his spells. That's the only reason why I played after. So I was getting a little mana screwed, stuck on these 3 lands, and not finding a creature either, but I kept drawing into removal, so that was letting me kind of control the board until I could actually draw into some lands and end a threat. So he was basically just playing little creature after little creature, and I could just keep removing him. Here, I probably should have waited on the Omen Speaker, but I really needed to clean up my draws. I needed to find land, and so this might have been the better play, but I'm not 100% sure. Because he does equip his Cackler with a Madcap skill, I believe. Yeah, and then he just punches in for a 5. So I do find a land because of that carry from the Omen Speaker, which is good. And then I can just remove the Cackler now. So the 5-point hit wasn't a big deal. I do think I've made the right play playing the Omen Speaker. So he attacks in, and I just abrupt decay it. Draw into another Gaze of Granite. So, I have a Golgari Charm in hand, and he plays a Legion Loyalist. I let the Legion Loyalist just hit me for 1, to see if I can get another creature. Get him to play another creature, so he kind of just 2 for 1 him. But for this point, I wanted to stay out of a double shock range, so I needed to block or remove anything else that was attacking. So again, I let the token resolve, and then Golgari Charm. So I can't attack him because I can't go down to 4. I can't go into double shock range. This is where I attack in just because I'm going to Gaze of Granite, just to get rid of both creatures, because this is where he just has to top deck a win basically. So if he does like top deck a shock, he still has to top deck another shock and a creature to win, but I still have another Gaze and the Hero's Downfalls. So I thought that was an appropriate play right there. Because once I draw into a threat, we pretty much have this game. So I'm starting to find my land, which is good, but no threat yet. So finally find a Reaper and play that out there with no problems, and that's where I start attacking in and taking over the game. I missed this land drop here. I don't know why I didn't play it, but it didn't hurt anything. So I played the line right away just so I don't forget again. I just started applying a ton of pressure. I put out the Caryatid just for it's for a blocker for any. I think it's only haste creatures. Legion Loyalist. Legion Loyalist into 2 shocks would be bad. So I was thinking about picking off one of the creatures, but then I went for a Gaze of Granite instead. And I was lucky enough to draw into another Caryatid, so once I Gaze of Granite, I kill off my own Caryatid. I'll have another one just to play right away, which is a nice draw. And then the Scry 3 was awesome. Um, I got to find another thread. I was thinking about keeping this, but I think I had it. I didn't need the life gain. Didn't need the land, and then I found a demon, so I put that on top just for an extra threat. Something extra he would have to deal with if he could somehow. And that was game.